Hi, everybody. This is Gregory Q. Jenkins here. I'm the creator of the series, The Null Hypothesis. And we're making these little short videos to kind of document the process that we went through in trying to put this series together. An inexperienced writer, director, and producer with no budget and virtually no crew. And hopefully this will give some of you out there who are thinking about doing the same thing some tips, and you can learn from our mistakes and learn from the things that we did right. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about real quickly is I wanted to make this little quick video for actors who are looking for roles, and some tips, some things. Now, I haven't done a lot of casting before, but I've casted for other projects. I've done like a music video and did casting for that. And there's definitely some things that I see that when you're on the other side of this transaction, when you're trying to find people to hire to play roles, you see some of the mistakes that people make when they're doing these things. So I wanted to give you these tips of what not to do when you're looking for a role. All right, here we go. The first thing is you must have a reel. That I'm sure you've heard that before. I'm sure other people have said that to you, but you absolutely must have a reel. Usually when people are casting, they have an idea of what they want their character to look like, and you pass the first test. If they come across your profile on sites like Backstage.com or Stage 32 or something like that, you pass the first test. You look like the character that they see in their head. But then the next thing they want to know is, well, can you act? And that's where the reel comes in. And if you don't have a reel, the picture alone is not going to do it. So you really have to do yourself a favor. You have to make sure that you have a reel that you can look at. Okay, so that's tip number. We'll go in reverse order. That's tip number 7. Tip number 6. Your reel must be specific. Okay, your reel must be specific. What do I mean by that? So if you're applying for a comedic role, then you got to have a reel showing you doing comedy. If you're applying for a dramatic role, then you have to have a reel showing you doing a dramatic piece. Whatever you're going for, that's what your reel should show. Maybe you love doing theater, you love doing musicals, that's great. But if you're applying for a dramatic piece, I need to see something more than just you singing a musical number or singing with your band or something like that. That tells me not whether you can sing, but doesn't really tell me if you can act. And that's really what a person would be looking for. So keep that in mind. So the next one, number 5, that you should keep in mind is don't apply for roles that you're not a match to. Now, I know it's difficult. People are looking for work out there. I get it. You want to get your hands on anything you can get your hands on to, but you've got like a 1 in a trillion shot of applying to something that you're not what whoever the producer or the director or the casting director is looking for, and that they take you anyway. You want better odds than that. It's not really worth your time, and you want to increase your odds of success, and you're going to get rejections even if you do all of these things, but give yourself a chance to land what you're looking for. Don't do that. If they're asking specifically for a specific ethnicity and you're not that ethnicity, then that role is not for you. These things happen. There'll be something out there that you're perfect for. Look for those. Another one that I find that a lot of actors seem to do, read all the information in the casting notice. Whoever is behind the production, they're putting these things out. They're trying to give you pieces of information, everything that you might need to decide whether or not this is something you would be interested in. So do yourself a favor and read all of the information that they give you in the casting notice. One of the things that makes people worry is when you didn't read something, especially when they put something critical in the casting notice, and then you asked a question that was really answered by the information in the casting notes. You've automatically told people that you don't follow directions, you don't read everything that's given to them. You don't want to do anything that is going to diminish your chances of getting that role. Okay. The next one that, this is absolutely critical. If you are lucky enough to be asked to come in for an audition, you must be on time. And being on time means being early. You need to be ready to go, and give your audition at your audition time. Not just arriving. If you have a 10 a.m. audition, you can't be showing up wherever you're supposed to be at 10 a.m. and then, get ready to, perform your monologue or whatever it is that they're asking you to do. You have to already have been there. You needed to have a chance to get yourself settled, get yourself centered, get yourself focused on the task at hand. Do yourself a favor. Don't disqualify yourself before you even get a chance to audition for the role. Be on time. The next thing is, while you're there, remember, from the moment you enter that space, wherever they're holding the audition, to the time you leave, you are being watched. Leave a good impression. When you're in the waiting area, don't talk about the casting people. Don't talk about the other actors. Don't put out any negative vibes. People are noticing you. They're noticing what kind of person you are, and they're making decisions on, is this the type of person that we want to work with? So be aware of that, okay? The next thing is, if you receive an invitation, or someone, from the production asks you a question or something, respond quickly. People are waiting to hear back from you. They're trying to schedule things. Remember, you're not the only person that they're talking to. So they're trying to, get people to get information as soon as they possibly can. If you don't do that, then you're going to lose out. So don't, again, describe. You'd be surprised how many people lose out simply because they don't respond quickly. Try to do that. Try to be, sometimes, we're all busy. A lot of us have day jobs and things like that. But if you get sent an email, minimum within 24 hours, you got to respond. Preferably sooner than that, but at a minimum, 24 hours. All right? And then finally, if you have a lot of, if you have a lot of specific things that you don't want to do as a performer, then you should consider creating a role for yourself, the type of role that you would like to do. You don't have to wait for someone to cast you. You can do your own project. And then try to collaborate with other people. Try to collaborate with writers and whatnot. It'll be a worthwhile experience. And you don't have to have money to do that. You can find people who are just like yourself, similarly minded, say, hey, I'm not a writer, but I want to do a little something. Can we get together? I'm an actor, I'm looking for a piece, and you guys make an agreement. But whatever your agreement is, do put it in writing, okay? But I'm saying you don't have to have money to do that. You can go out and put together something that people will, want to see. And even if, obviously you don't expect something big to come of this, but just the very process of doing that, you learn something by it. And you'll also get to understand what the people on the other side of the equation, the people who are casting, what their mindset is, because you would have gone through something similar. It will help you. So those are my tips. I hope you find them helpful, and best of luck. I hope you don't consider that to be bad luck. I wish you good luck. Continued success in your career. Take care.